Hi, I'm Jackie Bruton, and I'm finishing up speaking at my last middle school of the year to eighth grade girls. And I realized today as I was talking to the girls that I need to do this video just to help mothers and fathers to understand how important it is for them to have a conversation with their teen daughters at 2 points in their lives. I'm not one of those people who believes that there's this one big talk, that you have a sex talk and it's done with. I think there needs to be a continual conversation that happens throughout their lives. But I think there are two times in particular that it's even more important than other times. And one of those times is between eighth grade and high school. Because once they get to high school, they're going to be facing an entirely, different level of pressure than they faced in middle school. And so many girls in middle school don't think they have a choice about having sex in high school because they think that's what all high school students do. They think it just comes with the territory. And so some of them are even planning to have sex. They don't know who it's going to be. They're not in a romantic relationship. They just think that's what they're supposed to do. Let me read you a letter from a young lady to show you. This young lady says, before this class, I honestly thought that I would be having sex in high school because I felt like it would be the only way to prove to people that I am not some goody two-shoes smart girl. It would also show that someone actually likes me enough to have sex with me. This is an eighth grade girl. I read this letter in class today and I told the girls, I said, let me give y'all a news flash. First of all, they don't have to like you to have sex with you. Second of all, if they loved you, they wouldn't have sex with you. Because real love always does what's best for the other person, and having sex as a teenager is never what's best for you. So by them having sex with you, what they're proving to you is that they don't really love you. But then I have high school girls who write me letters and say they wish they had heard this in middle school because of the same reason. Once they got to high school, it was so much pressure. Let me read you some letters from high school girls. This girl says, I would have liked it better if I'd heard you speak in middle school because if I did, I'm sure I wouldn't have lost my virginity in high school. This girl says, I lost my virginity when I was 14, fresh into high school. This girl says, I would have liked it better if no, that's the same letter. She says, coming into high school, it's so much pressure to lose your virginity to prove yourself. And I'm so tired of proving myself to people, Miss Jackie. The last letter says, ever since the beginning of high school, I've been feeling a lot of pressure to date and have sex because it feels like everyone around me is doing it. Thank you for reminding me that I can and I should wait and that I need to know my worth. Now, the second time that I think it's important to have this conversation with your teen daughter is between high school and college for the very same reason. Because high school girls, seniors, don't think they have a choice. They think that when they get to college, it is just expected. And so many of them are even planning to lose their virginity on purpose before they get to college because they don't want to be a virgin when they go to college. Let me read you a couple of those letters. This girl says, as I'm getting ready to go to college, I think this information is even more important. So do I. Reading tweets, articles, and hearing personal accounts of many college students makes it seem like you have to have sex in college if you want to be in a relationship. Since I never had a boyfriend in high school, I was looking forward to one in college. Thank you again for reminding me that sex isn't necessary. It absolutely isn't necessary, but girls don't know that. It's not a requirement, but girls don't know that. We've got to teach them. This girl says, thank you so much for coming to speak to our class. You made me realize how valuable my virginity really is. A week before you came to our class, I had set a very stupid goal to lose my virginity before I went off to college in the fall. She's planning to lose her virginity because she thinks there's this deadline. I did not want to be the only one out of my group of friends to not have had sex. As you went through your presentation, I realized that I did not want to be a statistic in someone's presentation. I want it to be different. You made me realize my worth, and I'll never forget what you did for me. And you know what? If you have a young lady, a daughter who is getting ready to go to high school or one that's getting ready to go to college, it is so important for you to have this conversation. And just like these girls, realized during my presentation that sex was a requirement, you can also have your girls hear a similar presentation because I have a DVD that you can get called Dreams, Decisions, Destinies, a sex talk every teen girl needs to hear. But I have another resource that you can get if you don't feel comfortable having this conversation. Is my book for teen girls, 7 Secrets Guys Will Never Tell You, a teen girl's guide on love, sex, and relationships. Both of those resources are designed just as conversation starters for you to watch the video along with your daughter, for you to read the book along with your daughter and have a conversation about it. But even if you don't use those resources, if you're comfortable having the conversation without any resources, that's cool. Just do it. If you know other resources out there, get those. Whatever you do, make sure you have the conversation before they go to high school and before they go to college. But even if you don't have a daughter, if you have a niece, a cousin, a neighbor, a friend's daughter that you need to get a graduation gift for, these make great graduation gifts. Give them the gift of knowledge, because there is way too much sex happening out of obligation and because girls don't think they have a choice. And we have got to change that. We have got to change that. Until next time.